Hi, this is Austin. Welcome to my channel. As I step into 2026, I can feel like this year carries a different kind of energy for my investing journey. After years of building my portfolio with VOO and QQQ, through ups, downs, and everything in between, I have learned what works for me and what doesn't. Now, instead of trying to predict the market or chase excitement, I want to be more international with how I invest. This year is about refining my habits, strengthening my discipline, and growing with a clear purpose. So, in this video, I want to share what I'm doing differently with VOO and QQQ in 2026, and how these changes will help me stay focused on the long game. Before the video starts, please click like and subscribe. It will help me to share more ideas with you. Before I talk about why I'm changing in 2026, I need to look back at what actually worked for me last year. In 2025, the habits that helped me grow were the simple ones: staying consistent with my monthly contributions, keeping my portfolio focused, and reminding myself to invest for the next decades, not the next week. Those steady routines carried me through a lot of uncertainty. But there were also things that slowed me down. I caught myself overthinking when the market moved too fast, checking my portfolio more often than I needed to, and letting random headlines or options distract my focus. These moments didn't ruin my progress, but they did make the journey heavier than it needed to be. Look back, I realized that 2026 needs a different level of clarity and discipline. If I want to go further, I need to refine the way I think, not just the way I invest. One of the biggest changes I'm making this year is strengthening the discipline behind my monthly contributions. I'm not increasing the amount or trying to push myself harder financially. Instead, I am becoming more intentional about the habit itself. I want my investing routine to be automatic, unshakable, and completely independent of how the market feels on any given day. Whether stocks are rising, falling, or moving sideways, my contribution will stay the same. No hesitations, no emotional adjustments, no second guessing. In 2025, I learned that the consistency, not the size of the deposit, is what truly builds long-term results. So, in 2026, my goal is simple: a deeper, steadier form of consistency that doesn't get disrupted by headlines, market noises, or temporary fear. Another shift I am making in 2026 is taking a closer look at my VOO and QQQ allocation. For a long time, I followed a simple ratio that matches my goal and comfort level, something like an 80-20 balance between stability and growth. This year, I am not planning any dramatic changes, but I am being more intentional about whether that ratio still fits the stage of life I'm in. Maybe it stays exactly the same, or maybe I make a small adjustment toward a bit more stability or a bit more growth, depending on what my long-term goals call for. The key is that this decision isn't about predicting which ETF will perform better. It's not about the market at all. It's about aligning my portfolio with the direction I want my life to move in. Adjusting my allocation in 2026 is simply a part of software planning, not market timing. In 2026, I also prepared myself for the possibility of larger market volatility. With elections coming up, interest rate shifts still uncertain, and global events constantly influencing the market. I know this year could feel more unpredictable than usual. But instead of trying to guess what will happen or stress about every headline, I am focusing on preparing my emotions and systems. That means keeping my emergency fund strong, keeping my dollar cost averaging automatic, and reminding myself that volatility is simply part of long-term investing. I don't want to react to every movement. I want to stay grounded through all of them. My goal this year is not to outsmart volatility, but to be emotionally ready for it. When my mindset stays steady, my strategy stays steady too. Another change I am making in 2026 is shifting my focus from watching performance to checking in on purpose. Instead of constantly monitoring how my portfolio is moving day to day, I want to spend more time making sure my investing decisions still align with the life I am trying to build. This year, I plan to review my financial goals more regularly, maybe once every quarter. Not to react to numbers, but to reflect on the direction. Am I still investing toward the future I want? Do my habits support the kind of life I am aiming for in 5 or 10 years? Long-term investing isn't just about growing money, it's about creating stability, freedom, and choice. By reviewing my goals more often, I can stay intentional and make sure every step I take in 2026 supports the bigger picture. One more change I'm making this year is reducing the amount of notice I let into my investing life. In 2025, I noticed that too much market commentary, predictions, and hype content only pull me away from my own plan. It didn't make me a better investor, it just made me more distracted. So, in 2026, I currently bet on the voices that don't align with my long-term approach. Fewer opinions, fewer forecasts, fewer urgent texts about what might happen next. The less noises I allow in, the more clearly I can follow the strategy that already works for me. What I want this year is simple: less confusion, more clarity, less emotional reaction, more steady focus, and ultimately more peace of mind. More than anything else, the biggest change I bring into 2026 is a shift in my mindset. My approach to investing has evolved from chasing excitement to pursuing stability. I no longer investing to feel something in the moment, I investing to feel calm and secure in the long run. The more I grow, the more I realize that long-term success is about big, dramatic moves. It's about steady conviction and choices that support a lasting peace of mind. This year, I want my decision to come from clarity, not emotion. I want my strategy to feel grounded, not reactive. For me, 2026 isn't about trying to outperform anything or anyone. It's about building a deeper sense of confidence that my future is moving in the right direction, one consistent step at a time. Just as important as the changes I'm making this year are the behaviors I'm choosing to avoid. In 2026, I'm not timing the market or trying to guess when the next big move will happen. I'm not chasing new ETFs or jumping into trends just because they are popular for the moment. I'm not adjusting my contributions out of fear when the market drops, and I am not letting anxiety convince me to pause my plan. I'm also not comparing my results to other investors online, because everyone's journey moves at its own pace. And above all, I am not selling emotionally. These are the habits that quietly damage my long-term results. And this year, I am committed to staying away from all of them. Staying disciplined is a part of becoming a more mature investor, and removing this behavior helps me protect the progress I have already worked so hard to build. As I move into 2026 with the latest changes, I hope this video encourages you to reflect on your own journey as well. Investing isn't just about picking right ETFs or following the perfect strategy, it's about growing into the kind of person who can stay steady through every season. Take a moment to think about what you want to adjust this year, whether it's your own habits, your mindset, or the way you react to the market. Small, intentional changes can shape your financial outcome in ways you won't fully understand until years later. And as we step into this new year, I'm committed to building a stronger, calmer, and more focused investing mindset, one that supports my goal for the next decade, not just the next month. I hope you will join me in doing the same. Thanks for watching. I'm Austin, and see you next week.